awareness, the antidote and the poison of the human society. Uh, as a neurodivergent, I've had um, so much access to bits and pieces of information that have made up my personalities and further heightened my outlooks toward life. And if there's anything I can say about self awareness, I'd say is the one thing that is capable of destroying society as it is today. My self awareness has given me so much access to knowledge that has exposed me to the concept of consciousness and spirituality and connection with the higher forces that actually govern life and consciousness in general. And if there's anything that this information that I've gotten access to has done to me, that is making me kind of not consider society the way the average neurotypical do. It's that I've become so detached to the concept of life on earth, physical earth, physical body and everything. Where I actually felt like I needed to make a video about my journey from physicality, you know, beliefs based on facts, existing facts that have been proven for years. You know, what I see is what I believe. Where I noticed it was completely extinct in my head is when I got an information from someone, a friend of mine, about her friend that lost her father. And I never really understood why people cried when they were relieved of the suffering of being on this earth. I mean, daily existence on this massive ball or massive plates, we're not sure. Daily existence of this on this planet is not something that a lot of us look forward to having in the long term. Like many of us would prefer to die as early as possible, but we we don't always get what we want, yeah? And because of that, I mean, it's the major cause of us wanting to leave in the first place. Because even if you get it, what's the point? What I'm trying to say is, I got that piece of information, and my reaction was like, oh, okay. Um, is he her sole benefactor, or was he an active figure in her life? Maybe because of that, it would be important to attend the burial. And well, my friend's reaction was, at that moment, it sounded like I did not value life, but I do so much. But I don't even know how to defend this. When my dad died, I didn't think of it as he left us or he had so many more years ahead of him. He died in his early 60s. I mean, he had his whole life ahead of him, as far as I'm concerned, but after accepting myself, I actually got to understand that he and I were similar in a lot of ways, and because of that, it made me understand sides of him that no one else in the world, or around him rather, in his world, tried to understand. The only thing I regret about my father's death was never having that close relationship with him that would have cultivated both our consciousness on a higher frequency, on a higher level, because he was aware. He was aware, and his awareness was his suffering. He didn't function like the average man in society, or rather, his mind did not. He tried to function like everyone else, and it drove him to his depression, and his depression drove him to the grave. I was more relieved that his suffering on this planet had ended. But when I think about the concept of reincarnation and his awareness journey being incomplete on this earth, I just feel bad for him, because he has to be reincarnated again before he has to reincarnate on another level, lower or higher, depending on what he might have achieved, and work on those parts of himself that he did not get the chance to work on this earth. So when you think of it like that, like, why do we get so attached to the things that we see around us? Why do we get so attached to money? Why do we get so attached to the fame? Why do we get so attached to the physical look? This video is way past its duration, so I'm going to continue in another one. I'll see you later.